If It Makes You Healthy, which is my cookbook, which I've done with Chuck White, is basically a book of recipes that helps just the common person in the kitchen implement wellness into healthy eating, recipes for the family that anyone can cook. And for somebody who doesn't cook, like myself, or at least is kind of new in the kitchen, it's just a wonderful dictionary and reference book for great recipes that incorporates wellness into eating. One of the reasons that I wanted to do this cookbook, particularly right now and with Chuck, was that I opened up the Tennessean, which is our local newspaper in Nashville, and I saw a recipe by Chuck White. And now I know a lot of his recipes because I've eaten a lot of them. And when I saw it, I called him immediately and said, "You cannot give out any more of your recipes. They're too special. So we have to write a cookbook. It's time for us to do this together and for you to present to the world your take on how to create wonderful meals in the family setting, in entertaining settings, that are all about wellness and about sustaining health." Chuck, how did we meet?
I think we met on the John Mayer tour with you guys.
Yes, we did. I think that's right. Yeah. I kind of got set up with Chuck because I was looking for somebody to help me to eat healthy. And on the road, it's just not easy because you're ordering off of a menu in a hotel and you don't know where the food has been, where it's from, if it's organic or it's not, which generally it's not. And so Chuck was my answered prayer.
And when we got off the road, she'd called because we live about 15
hijacked
minutes.
his life.
About 15 minutes from each other or so. So she called and said, "Hey, can you come do a dinner party?" I was like, "Sure, for sure." And so that turned into a few more dinner parties. That turned into recording. That turned into touring. So it's been a great relationship so far.
So the cookbook is broken down into two sections, at home and on the road. And Chuck has had to wear a couple of different hats in my life and has been great at it. At home has entailed being in the studio because that's where my studio is. And so not only does he prepare meals for me and for my family, but he also has created great snacks in the afternoon for when we're recording and large meals at night, which are very social and very inspiring, but at the same time healthy enough that we don't feel weighted down and we can go down into the studio and continue to work. On the road is a completely different ball of wax, and that is basically revolved around local produce, whatever is in season. He goes out into the community and buys what is special that particular day and cooks for a huge amount of people. And it's always tasty and healthy, and as I said, doesn't weigh us down so we can go out and perform.
Cooking for her is a blessing, and you know, I know some of the things that she doesn't like. I guess the one thing that I don't get feedback on is if something that she doesn't like it. She doesn't really tell me.
It's because I like everything, that's the problem. I actually am not a terribly picky eater, but I love tasty food, and I love food that's clean and that's not real heavy because I'm small in frame, and also I go to sleep at the drop of a hat. So it's really important for me to eat a well-balanced meal that doesn't weigh me down and make me feel like I just got to lay down and go to sleep.
I try to keep her portion sizes a little smaller than normal, so she doesn't be so full on stage or recording or whatnot.
My fans have been with me for a very long time. We got started before the big event TV, and so they started out with me in small clubs and have been with me for now almost 20 years. A lot of them are my age, a lot of them are having kids or have had kids, and are probably interested in the same things that I'm interested in, and they're extremely loyal. They were with me through my breast cancer experience. They've been very supportive, and I think that this book hopefully will resonate with people, or at least turn them on to the idea of being able to eat healthy and incorporate some of the things that I've learned into the way that they eat as well.
For me, the one thing people can change is to really find out what they're putting in their bodies, where it's coming from. You know, there's so many pesticides with vegetables and whatnot. And my main thing, I stopped eating meat in January just from reading and researching where the majority of our meat and pork and our chicken comes from. And the one thing I'd like for people to take from this book is to open their eyes a little more and do a little research of what they're putting in their bodies.
I hope that when people pick up this cookbook that they feel inspired to think out of the box. And all these recipes are recipes for people who live in the kitchen and prepare meals for themselves, for their kids. And there's so much to know about what we put into our bodies, particularly now when we have all kinds of concerns about the environment, that I feel like this is just a wonderful resource book for how to eat tasty food that anyone can prepare and have it be about fortifying the body's own immune system.